Hello and welcome to Select 10. Prepare yourself for an exciting journey through the top 2024 action movies offered by Netflix. For any action movie fan, this year's lineup offers non-stop excitement from thrilling blockbusters to explosive battles and dramatic escapades that keep viewers fascinated from beginning to end. So, now, let's explore the most action-packed and high-adrenaline movies of 2024 that you simply should not miss. Number 7. Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. It is a 2024 action comedy film directed by Mark Malloy. The movie revives a renowned Beverly Hills Cop series and brings the smart investigator Axel back to a new era by fusing modern action and comedy. The plot centers on Detective Axel Foley, who is in Detroit going about his daily business until he gets a call for assistance from Billy Rosewood, an old companion and private investigator in Los Angeles, forcing him to come back to Beverly Hills. Meanwhile, Foley's daughter, Jane Saunders, is an attorney working on an important case and has received threats. In an effort to protect her, Foley travels to Los Angeles, where he makes a lot of new friends and becomes embroiled in a dark plot that threatens everyone. The film is packed with bright landscapes and dynamic action, reflecting both the glamour of Beverly Hills and the dark overtones of crime battling. Axel's transformation from a brazen detective to a seasoned investigator is essential, and his new partner adds a new dimension to the plot. While some gags feel outdated, the terrific action and nostalgia make for a satisfying experience for fans of the original films. Number 6. The Union. Julian Farino directed this 2024 spy action comedy thriller. Mark Wahlberg plays Mike, a building site worker who has a modest existence and is comfortable with his profession. However, when Roxanne, his childhood crush, shows up in his town, his entire existence takes an unexpected turn. What begins as a sentimental reunion swiftly turns into a crucial global intelligence operation. On the other hand, Roxanne is an agent tasked with safeguarding the exposed government data and keeping it out of the wrong hands. After being recruited for the operation by Roxanne, Mike is transported from New Jersey to London and gets involved in the mission without realizing the consequences. Despite having a poor storyline, Halle Berry is the highlight of the film. Her performance, however, is insufficient to redeem a rather uninteresting film, particularly when it comes to the plot. The plot adheres to a standard spy action structure that is rife with cliches. However, some fantastic action and a fun exchange between Mark and Halle Berry keep the movie interesting. Number 5. Badland Hunters. Directed by Hayao Myung-hae, it is a post-apocalyptic action movie from 2024. The plot starts in the aftermath of the apocalypse and centers on a crazy doctor preoccupied with inventing a cure for humanity, who creates a substance that either transforms people into dumb, reptilian zombies or superhumans with speedy, regenerative abilities. Throughout the process, he destroys most of the people he must conduct experiments on. However, when he abducts Suna, a young girl from a nearby town, a hunter named Namsan quickly goes to her assistance, killing anybody who gets in his path. The film is a simple, high-octane action flick with relatively little story but lots of lightning-fast thrills. The movie doesn't waste any time in introducing its post-apocalyptic setting, which is rife with gore, blood, and acts of violence. The narrative is straightforward, a rescue expedition to free a girl from a wicked doctor, with each challenge addressed in grisly, innovative ways. Plus, the supporting cast enhances the dynamics of the movie and offers comedic relief, which makes it a more entertaining watch. Number 4. Rebel Ridge. It is a 2024 crime-action thriller film directed by Jeremy Saulnier. The plot centers on former Marine Terry Richmond, who is purposefully hit by dishonest police officers in Shelby Springs, who confiscate his money meant for his cousin's parole, leading him to a confrontation with the dubious police force in the community. Reluctantly helping him is an attorney's worker named Summer McBride, who reveals a sinister network of corrupt police officers headed by Chief Sandy Byrne. As Terry and Summer put together the covert operation, they become embroiled in a high-stakes fight for justice, leading to an explosive finale. The film has a gritty, action-packed vibe from the 1990s, and Saulnier's direction builds suspense throughout, particularly in the sequences between Terry and Chief Byrne. Overall, Rebel Ridge is heightened by gloomy visuals and a riveting soundtrack, making it a grisly thriller that fascinates from beginning to end. Special mentions: Code 8, Part 2. Part 2 further explores the world of repressed, superpowered citizens in Lincoln City, returning to its gritty, power-filled streets. Resuming their roles with powerful performances, Robbie and Stephen Amell guide a narrative that strikes a balance between high-stakes exploits and a personal mission to protect a young girl from the police. The action sequences are violent and visually sharp, adding to the film's dark future atmosphere. Though the extended plot gives the universe more depth, it sometimes finds it difficult to give its supporting cast and emotional journeys enough focus. Fans of the original will appreciate the added layers and stakes in this entertaining sequel. Rebel Moon. It is a two-part film series that transports audience to an enormous, aesthetically magnificent sci-fi universe full of interplanetary warfare and epic themes. The plot combines aspects of classic space opera with Snyder's distinctive dark cinematic style and centers on a young warrior named Korra, who gathers unwilling individuals to fight off an oppressive kingdom. The world building is deep and enormous, with stunning action sequences and realistic visuals that make the entire universe appear both beautiful and terrifying. Even though the plot occasionally uses well-worn cliches, the film's scope and ambition make it an epic that science fiction and action lovers should not miss. Number 3. City Hunter. It is a comedy crime film that has been directed by Yuichi Sato. The plot follows private investigator Ryo Seiba, an adept marksman, as he collaborates with Kaori, his late partner's Makimura's sister, to investigate Makimura's murder and identify the perpetrator. Ryohei Suzuki is excellent as Ryo, embracing his flirty, humorous side while maintaining a serious approach when needed. Even if the humor is often childish, they make the film more enjoyable without detracting from the action, offering visually stunning fight sequences. The film is well-paced, and Ryo's aggressive but caring nature shines through, particularly when he tries to save Kaori from the horrors of his surroundings. Overall, City Hunter is a stylish, humorous film with lots of creative action scenes. For viewers wishing to immerse themselves in Ryo's vibrant universe, it offers an exciting and entertaining experience that perfectly embodies manga in live action. Number 2. The Shadow Strays. It is a 2024 action crime thriller that Timo Tchajanto directed. The narrative centers on 13, a young assassin trained by a vicious underground organization who rejects her superior's rules in order to save a young kid from criminals. Because of her choice, she becomes the target of gangsters, criminals, and her former masters, who were assassins. The action sequences are fierce and inventive, making this brutal action flick sure to provoke strong emotions. The film features excellent set pieces and combat choreography, similar to raid movies, and presents a horrific experience that is as fascinating as it is brutal. Aurora Ribeiro excels in her complex main role, and the enemies are played with insane ferocity, heightening the sense of menace. But the 2.5-hour picture feels long, and there is a side story that should have been cut to make the 2-hour viewing more efficient. Even with these small issues and a few common action cliches, the one-on-one battle sequences are thrilling and creative. Overall, the film is a spectacular, action-packed extravaganza with nuanced, inventive brutality. For those who enjoy gritty action movies, it's a gratifying viewing. Number 1. Uprising. Directed by Kim Sang-man, it is a historical action movie of 2024. The film takes place in late 16th century Joseon and follows Jong Ryo, the sole descendant of the kingdom's most powerful military clan. He was raised with his devoted servant Cheon-young, and despite Cheon-young's low social standing, the two had a strong friendship. As they get older, Cheon-young develops into a formidable swordsman. But when Japan invades, Joseon is thrown into disarray, and King Sanjo escapes north, leaving his people behind, who then organize their own army to protect their home. Desperate to keep power, King Sanjo accuses these rebels of betraying his kingdom. As a result, Cheon-young joins the army of the rebels, but Jong Ryo, who is devoted to the monarch, supports the royal family. The film strikes a balance between action and a deeper drama that is based in its historical setting, providing plenty of Korean history in its 2-hour running time. Inspired by the harsh cinematic aesthetic of samurai films, Uprising has terrifying moments that propel the action while showing the selfless acts of a divided nation. Despite its little flaws, Uprising is an engrossing, action-packed movie that feels like a simplified Shogun. Although the film's well-choreographed action scenes provide a rush, its moral lessons, which emphasize the solidarity of the people and their common aspiration for a good society, resonate more. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. Do subscribe to our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.